All right. Shine is continuing to develop and progress. If you don't remember, she tried to rip her right front foot off and has been in recovery for like 2.5 years. And we've gone really slow for the last, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks, letting her trust that foot, that it's not going to hurt. And if it does show any signs of bothering her, we back off. So we've gotten to the point where she can turn. She's loped, trot, all kinds of stuff. So we're putting her into sort of our regular training protocol, I guess you'd call it. And that's going to involve trying to get her balanced. If her lope is a little bit front, not a little, a lot front endy, which tells me she's still trying to carry herself weird. So we're going to get her to balance on all 4 feet and start listening to our seat a little more. So first thing I do, and I try to be very, 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 hands are typically a last resort once she gets the hang of this. So we're going to do the rock forward with your seat, rock back. Ask her to come back, rock forward, and she's chasing my balance right now. So when I come back, she's like, dude, will you get back in balance? That's why she's chasing me there. Same with the forward, she's trying to pick me up. And notice the float in the rein. I'm not really asking for much. Sometimes I'll ask for some nose because I want her to shape her body a little better. But for the most part, right now, I just want her listening to the change in my body position. And there, she started to put her nose out, so I'm just going to ask her to drop it a little bit. She's anticipating the little ass, so there. So next thing we do is start asking her to bend her ribs, tip her nose, and this inside hind will step towards that outside front. So it's going to come at a 45 or at an angle underneath her. And this, to do this, she has to really balance up. She can't have her head up, she can't have her butt up and make this move. So you'll see her head just kind of drop. And she's bending off my leg. And as I rub my leg, I get even more bend because it moves further back and she is really listening. So I like the way she's carrying herself right now. Stop. Ask her to back up a step. And we're going to go the other way. Now I do need to kind of tip her nose with my hand just to give her a clue which way we're going. But then after I give her that first initial kind of clue, I quit using my hands. I might tip her nose a little if she straightens out, but for the most part, this is her decision because it feels good. This body position feels better than the way she was carrying herself before. And you should see that right hind really stepping towards that left front. Again, we'll stop, ask her to come back, and then just give her a little love. That was really good. And she's being very trusting of that foot. I don't know if you can tell, but she's not like hesitating. Next thing we'll do, and we keep her sessions very short now. We just don't want to overload her. So I kind of do a 3/4 time of, or half or 3/4 time of what I normally would do. So even just now looking, she'll follow my look and my feel of where I want to go. She's learning that to keep me in balance, she has to come pick me up. So if I look this way, she's going to come over and catch me. If I look that way, she's going to catch me there. If I sit back, she's going to try to catch me here. And again, this is all, supposedly she has 30 days complete training on her, 2 of which may have been groundwork and 2 of which may have been riding. So even though she's whatever, 5 or 6, she hurt herself early and hasn't really done much, just except convalesce. Next thing I'm going to do is bend her at a trot and just keep her feet shifting. I want her to learn left, right, left, right, left, right. I'm not going to keep it in a circle. So we're going to kind of head off this way. And I'm leaning in, so she has to go around my body. If I was a turn, I'd be to the outside, but because I want her to bend through these, I come to the inside, she has to go out and around me. And again, it's minimal hand. There's float in the rein even though I'm holding it. Give her a little break between. And she's being super soft. This is going to be she is a really nice horse, but she's going to be really something when we get all this put together. And then I'll just rate her down. I already know she has plenty of stop, so I don't want to ask for it every time. I want her just to learn to rate. So, a little dusty out here. Excuse me. Next thing we'll do is I'm going to ask her to completely float her front. And this is where the trust issue starts to happen. To the left, no big deal. That's the left foot taking it. Let's try to the right. Little hesitancy. See, she's watching the hind because she's concerned about what that right foot will take. There, she started trusting it a little more. And that's sort of a litmus test for where she is trust-wise. We know that that foot isn't injured anymore. It's more, she doesn't trust it yet. She's like protecting. So next thing we'll do is just kind of work her along the fence here. I want her to sit, rock back over her hocks, and come through nose first. And I'm going to use the fence as a barrier so that she doesn't move forward. That helps encourage her to stay over her hocks. So I'm going to sit, ask for the back, tip the nose, and just let her float that front. I don't need it to be anything really hard. I just want her to come back to me, tip the nose, and I'm just letting her, although she wanted a meal, come through. So there's little resistance to the face. So I'm going to tip her nose. She wants a snack, so I'm going to push her out. So now she's got that idea. We're just going to randomly stop, tip her in, go the other way. And I'm letting her just travel at her own pace. She can decide. But when I stop, I'm going to sit, ask for the back, tip her nose, and ask for her to come through. I'm trying to pick different places. Yeah, she didn't like that. She hit the end of the rope there. And see how she rocks back over her hocks. Part of that is I'm pulling her back with my weight, my hips. So we taught her to follow that back up already. So now we're putting that to use. Stop, ask her to come back with my hips, tip her nose, and then there's no hand involved after that, except when she wants to eat. So that's a quick rundown of Shine's progress. Kind of a sped up version of what we do, but it gives you an idea. She's doing great.